Welcome back to the French Tech Funding Wire. I'm Chris O'Brien.
And I'm Helen O'Reilly-Durand. It's December 22nd, our last show of the year. We had a surprisingly busy funding week as everyone rushed to squeeze in those last checks. And we got a sobering reality check from A16Z to kick things off.
Yeah, let's start there because the latest A16Z newsletter included some charts that should give every European founder pause. Drawing on CB Insights data, they point out that almost every private company with a valuation over $10 billion is based either in the United States or China. And here's the kicker. There are more of them in the San Francisco Bay Area alone than in China and Europe combined.
The actual numbers are pretty stark. The US has 40 of these decacorns, China has 10, and the Bay Area specifically has 28. Meanwhile, the UK has 3. France, Germany, Australia, Singapore, they each have just 1.
Now, A16Z couldn't resist a little jab at France. They included a chart from their portfolio company Deal showing that more than 20% of sick leaves in France last longer than 11 days. They dubbed France the king of sick leave.
Which you loved.
Look, it's funny, but it's also a bit misleading. That data is from companies on the Deal platform, not the entire country. And the way sick leave is counted and categorized in the US versus France is completely different. But hey, why let messy statistical analysis get in the way of a good laugh, right?
On the other hand, A16Z also pointed out that more than 40% of US doctors report burnout, the highest rate globally. They blame bureaucratic paperwork. So maybe there's a health tech opportunity there. Which brings us to our featured company this week. Lucis, a French preventive healthcare startup, just raised 7.2 million euros in a seed round led by General Catalyst, with Y Combinator, Chemo Ventures, and others participating. Founded earlier this year in Paris by Maxime Berthelot, Baptiste Debever, and Max Guerroy, Lucis offers AI-supported preventive health checkups. They analyze more than 180 biomarkers, everything from hormones to inflammation to liver function, and deliver personalized action plans. CEO Max Berthelot put it really well when he announced the raise.
We all know someone who ignored the warning signs, small imbalances that became bigger problems. Maybe they were too busy to check, so they waited. So they waited until something was wrong, even though their body has been sending signals for months, even years. But by the time they measure, it's often too late. Lucis listens to those signals early, spotting patterns across your biology and connecting the dots before symptoms arise.
They've already conducted over 500,000 clinical tests across France, the UK, Ireland, and Portugal, serving about 3,000 customers. The model is subscription-based. 1 blood draw, 180 biomarkers, tested twice a year. Important to note, Lucis is explicitly not a medical platform. They don't replace doctors or provide diagnoses. They position themselves as a preventive and educational tool, combining AI analysis with human medical validation. The funding will accelerate their European expansion and grow their network of partner labs.
All right, let's run through the rest of the week's funding. We had 13 companies raise 140.5 million euros. Skill Corner was the big one. $60 million from Silversmith Capital Partners for their AI-driven sports tracking platform. They cover 180-plus competitions globally.
NanoExplore raised 20 million euros for its radiation-resistant FPGA chips, critical for European satellite programs and defense. And Ankar, the AI-powered patent platform founded by 2 former Palantir execs, closed a $20 million Series A led by Atomico. They're based in London, but the co-founders are French.
In HR tech, Club employees raised 15 million euros to expand its employee benefits platform. Arcads.ai got 14 million for AI-generated video marketing, and blockchain infrastructure company Helios announced a $15 million committed investment from Boltz Capital. On the smaller side, Agriculture raised 6 million for autonomous farming equipment. Day Labs got $5 million for its AI English tutor Emma, and Miura Simulation raised $2 million for industrial simulation software.
Hublot raised $1.8 million for social housing management. Drama Studios secured an undisclosed Series A from Tencent for their hyper-realistic game Unrecord. And C12 landed a €13.9 million France 2030 grant for quantum computing.
And that's a wrap. Thanks for listening to the French Tech Funding Wire. Happy holidays. We'll see you in the new year.